Hey everybody, it's Feedback Damage. I am Mitch.
I am Jared.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Paul.
I'm excited because we're about to do this show.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm also Mitch. Hi, how's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
It's good.
It is good. I'm back. Glad to be back.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You missed last week's show.
I did.
Where were you?
I was doing some kitchen remodeling.
Kitchen remodel.
Is that code name or is that legit?
No, that's... Paul has witnessed the remodel.
Yeah.
It was legit.
He's a regular Bob Vila.
See, we laugh at that because we know who that guy is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's years ago.
Some people might not know.
Anybody under 20 doesn't know who that is.
Right.
Oh, they
No
shouldn't.
clue. No clue. So yeah, this is a big old week in the world of nerddom. We have a lot of stuff going on. We had the release of a little movie called Pacific Rim. It's really good.
Really good.
Paul and I went and saw it on Saturday, and
Better than Avengers.
whoa,
Whoa.
Paul, he drops bombs. He just dropped one. right there.
Whoa.
That's a big statement.
Now see, this is all coming from two guys who haven't seen the movie yet.
That's true, but that's a
true.
big statement.
It's a pretty big statement.
It's up there.
Okay,
I
can say it. I can go with it's up there,
Yeah.
but
I might have to watch Avengers again, but my God, that movie was just amazing.
Phenom.
Just awesome.
so what made it
Whoa.
such a great movie without any kind of?
We'll get into that later, because we're going to talk
Okay.
Pacific Rim in full detail here later in the show.
Not too full of detail.
Not too full of detail, no.
No spoilers.
There will be no spoilers, because you guys haven't seen it, and you, at home, the audience, have not seen it either.
Maybe.
Unless you have, in which case, good on you. Because, it's an outrage right now. This movie is doing worse than Grown Ups 2.
Oh,
That's a shame.
how is that possible?
I don't know. Well, actually, internationally, combined with the U.S., it's doing pretty good. But in the U.S., it got beat out by
doing great in
Grown Ups
Japan.
2.
And Despicable Me Too.
Well, yeah.
that one I
a
can
kid
see.
movie.
It's a
Come
kid
on,
movie.
I want to see that one.
The babbies
Am I by
can't go
myself?
see Pacific
No.
Rim,
Yeah.
so...
I'll
Hey.
see this movie.
Thank
But
you.
Grown Ups 2 is just awful.
The wife is ready to see that as well.
There's no,
Don't mind that technical.
Just a little bit of unprofessionalism from my computer right there. We'll have a talk about that later. It's... Thank
Sorry
you.
about that.
You stay away from your buttons. Get away from
Got my
that.
buttons.
Get away from your buttons. We got a show to do. We don't have time for buttons. No. Get Akbar out of here.
Okay, fine.
Get him out. Okay.
They may come in handy later. You don't know.
Okay.
It could be good.
I'm going to trust you until I don't.
Okay.
All right.
I won't go overboard. I
Okay.
promise.
Okay.
I kind of promise.
Like I said, big old crazy nerd week. Steam sale is going on.
Oh, the bane of my existence.
I
scares
bought
me.
so many games. It's just ridiculous.
what are some games that you bought?
Let me just go alphabetically because I'll need to. BioShock Infinite, Chivalry, which is ridiculous. I don't know if you're familiar with that game. It's so funny, man. It's a first-person action game where you're set in medieval times, and you can just slice people up, and it's all online multiplayer, and it has some of the most ridiculous death sounds and screams that I've ever heard in my life. Super funny. Super funny.
I remember we watched, what was that, Best Friends Play? Or was that
Oh.
Game Grumps?
It was Game Grumps.
Okay.
Yeah. I love both of those shows, though.
Little nod to both of you guys. Hey.
Because they'll listen to this.
Just saying, they may someday. They could be coming trolling our archives someday and be like, oh, look.
Sure. Dream big.
That's right.
Fallout New Vegas, complete with all the DLC.
Nice.
Hotline Miami, which is a little indie game that's pretty awesome. What else again? Oh, something that's been ruining my life. Sid Meier's Civilization 5.
Oops.
Super crazy. The Walking Dead, which it's not that horrible first-person shooter Daryl Dixon game. It's
No.
the Telltale Games,
The good one.
story game, which I've heard nothing but incredible stuff about. It's an adventure game.
One game a year last year.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Excited to play that, but I want to dedicate enough time to play it because I know it's going to be one of those things where I get sucked into it.
So this isn't the DLC, this is the original game.
I think I got it for $5.
You haven't played it at all?
No,
the original?
not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
I know. I'm in for a treat.
It's good.
System Shock 2, I think that was $1.50. XCOM, Enemy Unknown.
That's such a good game.
I forgot about that game.
I love that game.
Yes.
I love the old ones too, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, and there's just stuff going on all the time. I spent a lot of money, but for what I've got, it's really a pretty amazing deal. So.
Yeah, I saw the sales. They were very tempting. Every time I fired up Steam for the day, I would click right past them and just log on to Marvel Heroes.
Oh, look, there's a Dawn of War 2 expansion on sale for $7.
I saw that.
I'll get that because it's the only one I don't have and haven't played. Yeah, man, it's pretty incredible. So, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Do Ex Machina Human Revolution is $3 right now. That came out last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Steam is amazing. I love it. Yeah. So, that's going on. We also have a little show coming up. I don't know, you may have heard of it before. It's called the San Diego Comic-Con. That is this week. So prepare for tomorrow, I think.
As of recording this.
As of this recording. So prepare for a giant influx of all kinds of stuff. I've seen little bits and previews. Apparently there's going to be a big announcement about the 1966 Batman show, if they finally got that all cleared and ready to be released on DVD or whatever, Blu-ray. There's a new Godzilla movie coming out. That looks amazing. Kind of ties in with the whole Pacific Rim thing a little bit because it's kaiju.
Yeah.
And just today I saw a little thing about a new Predator movie of some sort.
Really?
Please have Arnold in it. And Carl Weathers and Jesse Ventura. Have them all. Well, they died. Never mind. Spoilers for Predator. Sorry. Arnold's still in it. All right. Yeah. So that's going to be on the radar. Yesterday was the EVO Championships, which if you follow fighting games, the fighting game community, or even just video games in general, you probably heard a little bit about it.
And there was they made a bunch of announcements.
Yes. Ultra Street Fighter 4.
New DLC for Justice.
Yes, Martian Manhunter, right? Yeah.
And the new skin for the Green Lantern, Jon Stewart. And
those, I noticed the voices on those were both from the DC animated Justice League cartoon.
Oh, really?
Speaking of which, there's a big old rumor going around that show is coming back.
Ooh.
And it's going to happen, if it does happen, there's going to be an announcement about the whole thing at San Diego. So we will see.
Wow.
That is a fantastic show. If you've never watched that show, if you don't know anything about the DCU, that's where you start. That's the easiest introduction to the whole thing.
Very true.
So good, too. EVO Championships, Ultra Street Fighter 4, they announced 4 new characters, rebalancing. Basically, this is them saying, hey, we need to put out a new product, and we're not ready to develop for next gen yet, so here's this thing, upgrade for $15 in 2014. Enjoy. Yeah. Which I stopped playing Street Fighter 4 a while ago just because I was always playing Bison. Got him up to a B rank, but then, he just has no anti-air options. I was just getting... I was really good, relatively speaking. Mm-hmm. But, I just couldn't deal with that level, Mm-hmm. So, there's that. That happened. American Idol winner Taylor Hicks actually placed in the Smash Brothers tournament. He joined it, and he was 257th. There's a picture floating around on Twitter of him and Seth Killian, who helped design Street Fighter 4. They got pictures together. It was kind of amazing. I'm kind of hoping more C-list celebrities start showing up at fighting game tournaments. Be like, hey, so I went to the Marvel tournament and I didn't win, but I did beat Vanilla Ice.
It's almost like the World Series of Poker, where some celebrities Tobey Maguire shows up and sits down at your table. Yeah,
but far more surreal.
Yeah.
Taylor Hicks played Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah.
He competed in Smash Brothers Melee.
Melee?
Melee, not Brawl. Okay, brief tangent. Hardcore Smash Brothers players prefer Melee over Brawl. One simple reason is that Brawl, they included this little thing called tripping. You would randomly trip, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. So the whole argument there is that it destroys the competitive level of Smash Brothers, and there's some other tweaks. But so anyway, the hardcore have stuck with Melee. Not that Brawl's not any fun. We all played it.
Oh, it was great.
But yeah, anyway, that's what's played competitively. Yeah, there's some surprises in the tournaments. Not the usual crowd taking it home, so it was kind of interesting.
Who won?
There were multiple winners. The Street Fighter 4, which was the grand finale, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Oh, okay.
It's a mouthful.
I thought Injustice was the...
Oh, no. No. Injustice is like that's crap tier. Yeah. Like Injustice was there because Midway paid for it to be there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Anyway, no. Street Fighter was the big. It's always the big.
It's always the big draw.
It's always that and Marvel.
Oh yeah, Marvel's can't come through.
Yeah, Shein, this guy from Singapore won. He beat one of the Japanese mainstays, Tokido. And pretty decisively too, with Gen of all people, who if you don't follow Street Fighter, you might not even know. He beat Akuma, like the other guy was Akuma, so kind of interesting, unexpected, but very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel. I don't remember who won. I know Justin Wong did not. But anyway, that's EVO. It was
a lot of fighting game stuff.
It was a whole lot of fighting game stuff. If you don't follow it, it's a little bit over.
I don't know that stuff.
Yeah,
that's me.
It's fun. I never thought I would watch people play fighting games online, and then there I was.
You get drawn in by that
exciting.
level of competition,
especially with the comebacks where guys just got a little bit of health left, and all of a sudden comes back and wins. It's
the crowd's
awesome. Man. Yeah,
I remember you showed me one thing with Street Fighter, and the guy was on like the last sliver of health, and then he countered every single move of
that was
special moves and finishing moves and craziness.
Yeah, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Justin Wong and Daigo.
Yeah.
If you've seen anything with Street Fighter online, it's that video, because that's like the epitome of hype, and
it's amazing.
And just it shows like what kind of level you have to be at.
I don't know if I have seen that.
You've never seen it?
I don't think so.
We'll show you after the show.
Okay.
It's utterly incredible, and like gives you the gist of what the whole fighting competition level is all about, and what the show is all about. Nuts. I've been in small tournaments before, and like the reactions of the crowd, you feed off that. Like, it's big, dude. It's crazy. Like, I'm not an athletic guy, so I've never been like, I can imagine, I guess that's what it's like, but you're not throwing fireballs and you're playing baseball, Like, forget that. So,
you were in Baseball Simulator 1000, if anybody played that game.
I have not.
Super Mario Strikers? Those fireball in there.
Mario Tennis, man. That ball got on fire. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. So, so that is what's going on this week in the world of nerd things.
It's true.
I'm catching up on some comics too. Because we got the whole Trinity War starting. I'm not all in the up and up on all that.
Why are you not?
I'm just not.
Okay, you have.
I'm working on. That's my next thing. Yeah.
Okay, I have the last 4 issues of Phantom Stranger to get you caught up.
Okay.
You need to read those.
Yeah.
They're good.
I got caught up on all of the Lantern stuff and Batman. Okay. Batman's really good right now. It's doing the Year Zero thing, which I'm not going to get into that
Trinity
too much.
War.
Okay.
No, just Trinity War is happening. It's going to be big. You read that.
Okay.
You read that when you get home.
I will.
Okay. I have more for you.
Okay.
And did you get the Justice League Trinity War issue and the Pandora issue?
Yes.
Okay. Read Phantom Stranger first.
Okay.
And then those.
All right.
It's crazy. It's so good. I'm not going to say anything about it, except for it's so good.
It looks good.
Oh man, it's so good. Mind blown. Mine is blown.
Okay. Well, getting into little hero clicks.
Let's get into it.
So we had Fear Itself Month 2 just this last week, and the final 4 were all of us sitting here at this table. Yeah.
Somehow.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
That was nice.
I was at the winner's table. I liked it.
It was pretty nuts. We did it in a format that was 300 points. You got 1 Fear Itself booster because this is like World War II and things are being rationed now. And we didn't have enough to get...
Like tires and butter.
Right, yeah, like... like tires and butter.
I'm sorry.
They ration tires?
Yeah, man. Rubber. They use it all for the war effort.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sure you didn't misinterpret it when I said they're rationing rubbers?
Oh, come on now.
Oh.
Come on now.
Sorry.
That might be edited.
That's gone.
It won't be edited. Okay. Moving on. So, yeah, we 300 points, 1 Fear Itself booster, and 1 Spider-Man booster. Spider-Man, I don't know how I feel about that in sealed now, especially with little ATA floating around.
Yeah.
You may have heard of it.
Yeah.
You pull Brother Voodoo, you have a very good chance
Yeah.
of doing good.
Yeah,
So-
you do.
I remember I played a little bit of the Heroes for Hire ATA. I remember you played a little Heroes for Hire ATA, right?
Actually,
No, you didn't.
I didn't have enough points.
But you did.
I did, yes.
Okay,
I played
I
some
remember-
Heroes for Hire.
That's right. You wiped me
What was your
across
thing?
the
Wiped
floor.
you clean.
What was-
I lucked out and got 2 Heroes for Hire in my
Yeah.
Fear Itself. The Black Widow and the Mighty Iron Fist.
Yeah, both of the mighty guys.
Yes.
And then you also had...
Then I also had Jennifer Kale from my Spider-Man booster.
That's pretty awesome.
So that was a great pull.
Yeah, you had a good pull.
Yes.
I had, what was his name? Gregoth or something to that extent?
Absorbing Man.
The Absorbing Man with the hammer, the chain volley spike thing. And I also had,
Colleen and Misty.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
Colleen, Wing, and Misty Knight. Thank
How
you.
did-
You remember my team better than I
I
did.
do.
Thank you.
How did they play with the Heroes for Hire ATA?
See, I did well the first 2 games. The second 2 games, I picked the wrong starting dial because I played them at full. So at their 140 points, you have 2 different starting options. I think 2. It might be more than that.
2.
But you could either play with the ranged side or you can play with the melee side, starting off. And when I played Jeff, I played with the melee side and should have played with the ranged side. And when I played against Mitch, I played the ranged side and should have played the melee side. And I lost both of those games. Before that, I picked the melee side both previous games, and that went really well because it's Charge Blades Outwit.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to beat, except for
Yeah, that outwit's
your
huge.
stupid team.
Yeah.
Well, I played Mitch, and it was going great, except for I did the first attack, missed. Second attack, I missed. I had 2 perplexes on damage, so I can get through his defense. Then I used my Heroes for Hire to flurry again, to duo attack again, and I crit missed the first attack, so my perplexes went away, and then I went down to 1 damage, so I couldn't get through toughness.
It did nothing.
So I was just out of luck. So there were times where they were great, where I got to do 2 duo attacks or 2 flurries or 2 all kinds of crazy stuff, and it worked out great. Other times it just kind of
Just taking your
Flood.
chances.
they're great because they have 12 clicks of damage. They have a lot of life. It's just they don't have the numbers to back it up. They're real weak.
That's the only problem. Yep.
They'd be good with the belt or even the hammers or something from the Book of the Skull.
Get that damage up, especially.
Do something, yeah. That was my team.
Yeah, I had Ms. Marvel
Yay.
because between my 2 boosters, I didn't see anything that made me go, oh, I gotta play it. So I was like, I'm gonna play Ms. Marvel because Jeff likes Ms. Marvel.
Yes.
So
And
I built around that. I also played the common red She-Hulk and the Asgardian Troll, who I don't know if you've noticed if you look at his skull, but he is he's a football player. He's number 11 on the Asgardian Trolls. So and he doesn't move particularly fast, really. So I'd say he's probably more of a defensive line
type of guy.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Being all sports-like.
That's about as far as it goes.
That's gonna say we put sports as one of our sub themes now.
Yeah, we could.
Sports clicks?
Those exist. Yeah.
Oh, no.
They're bad.
Those are indeed a thing, but they're not much of a thing. So, yeah, that was my team. Did very well until I ran up against Paul's team.
I had Red She-Hulk, the mighty version, Shocker, 65-point Shocker, and Brother Voodoo. The one and only Brother Voodoo that came out to a cool 299 points. And actually, the one who probably did the most was Shocker. He was surprisingly better than I thought he would be. That penetrating blast that also gives you an action token, I must have hit that 4 or 5 times, running shotting people with that, with a 10 attack. And if he missed, then Red She-Hulk would just clean it up. So, I mean, that team worked very, very well together. I wanted to try and get the ATA with Brother Voodoo, but I really didn't see a point because he can't mind control twice because it's a free action.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not going to work. So
that's true.
And so I just didn't think it was worth it. So I just stuck with that team, and came down to me and Jeff in the finals.
Yes, it did.
Went to, after trading shots back and forth, went to time, and they basically declared 0-point wins.
Yes.
Which then Jeff had more points than me, so there you go.
I emerged victorious.
Yep. So it was a fun tournament though.
It was.
Overall.
Very fun.
Stay away from buttons.
Nah, I had a good button.
What was it?
Come on,
Where's it
Brad.
at? Where's it at? Oh, I lost it.
Oh.
Never
That's
mind.
why we don't rely on those buttons.
Yes.
But buttons are great.
It was good. I'm loving the sealed. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seal was fun.
I don't believe in fear itself, and fear itself doesn't believe in me.
But
I found it.
you weren't impressed by Miss Marvel.
Yep,
That would have been great.
that happened.
I just got a bookmark.
That's on our show now.
That's when we change segments.
Yeah.
You can hit that.
I just got to bookmark them all so I know which ones to hit.
I don't know how that's gonna sound.
It'll sound fine.
Will it?
Probably, maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We'll see.
No.
Tell you what, why don't you edit them in later?
No, it's not the
little
same.
post production.
Oh, that's not the same.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Anyways,
So yeah, the next event I guess is in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
3 weeks right before Gencon.
yes,
Yeah, good
busy
old
week.
Yeah, which
Busy week.
We'll talk a little bit about Gencon here. There's been some kerfluffle, a little bit of hype.
Kerfluffle?
Yeah, that's a word somewhere to somebody.
Like you can play that on Scrabble and it works.
I don't think you'll have enough letters.
Probably not.
What about
Here's a good plan.
Klabiash?
Klabiash? What does that mean?
Pretty much the same thing.
They both sound like made up words.
Actually, no. It is an actual word.
What is?
Kerfluffle.
Really?
It's a commotion or fuss.
Wow.
I even used it right.
That's
did.
right.
You can just
Look at you and your word.
deal with it, son. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We're gonna get back now to Pacific Rim. So Pacific Rim.
The movie.
Paul, your thoughts on the movie?
It's the best movie I've ever seen.
What? That is
And there
another
it is.
bold
There
statement.
it is.
Jeez.
That was not in the script.
Like, just how much are they paying you for this? Is my question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm just have the biggest, dopiest smile on my face. Every single fight, I'm smiling as I'm watching the screen, and it is just so much enjoyment. And Charlie Day is hilarious.
Charlie Day. If you don't watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, first off, you should.
He is the cherry on top of the sundae.
Yes.
Yeah, him playing the scientist.
We were just cracking up. Pretty much every line
Yep.
that he had, like, we're just dying laughing
Yeah.
because on that show, he plays such a moron, a guy who literally cannot read, let alone write. And
meet that later, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks, baby.
It's such a moron in It's Always Sunny, and now he's this super smart scientist who's just Charlie Day, basically. Yeah, he was utterly fantastic, and he was good. Partnered with a guy who was equally, I wouldn't say as funny, but made a very good foil to Charlie Day.
Good.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
I don't know
what he's in.
He looked basically. He reminded me a whole lot of George McFly.
Yes,
from,
absolutely.
From Back to the Future.
Crispin Glover.
Yes,
very much so. But it's I mean, when the fight scenes are happening, I was literally find myself rooting for the robots, like a little kid, hoping that they win. Even though it's a movie, the good guys usually win. I was definitely stressed over whether or not they were going to win.
Yeah, there was a lot of...
They really set it up good.
Yeah.
Seems like there's some spoilers in this summary.
Well.
What, the good guys win?
The good guys win. That's every movie.
Yeah. Let me tell you what there's not in this movie. Okay. There's not the latest, quote-unquote, coolest band playing the latest, quote-unquote, coolest song. There's no fart jokes.
There's no love story.
There's no love story. Yeah, there's no. It's very much. Now I have not seen these movies because I refuse to, but everybody has said that it is not like Transformers, and by that we mean that horrible aberration of Michael Bay films with quote unquote Transformers in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very good. It's very anti what you would expect out of Hollywood kind of thing. Like I said, a lot of that stuff that you would expect to be there is not there, and it's good. It's refreshing. Mm-hmm. As a guy who's watched a little bit of anime in the past, there was a lot of stuff there that you see in anime that was done just like in a way more normal sense than you would see in anime.
Yeah.
To where I saw it, I caught it, and I was like, that's what they're doing, but it didn't come off as like super like wacky fun time, happy. I mean,
it definitely reminded me of Ultron.
Yeah, a little bit.
Besides putting the robots coming together to form something, besides that part, the actual when the fully built robots fighting another monster, it's very similar.
I'm thinking specifically the stuff with like the humans reminded me a whole lot of some of the stuff they do like with like Gundam and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The way that shakes out reminded me a lot of that, a lot of little elements like that. Yeah.
It's awesome. I definitely plan on seeing it again. Don't go see Grown Ups 2. What's wrong with you? And don't pirate the movie either. Go to the theater. Yeah, you nerds, get out there and go watch this movie with real dollars.
Hey, get off your computer. Stop all the downloading.
Look, no, this is serious. Like, this movie needs to do well, because if this movie does well, there could be a sequel, there could be other movies like it. It's kind of voting and saying, hey, look, this is the way we want this to be done. Mm-hmm. So it is your geek imperative to go out and support this thing. So go do it. Now that said, Pacific Rim ties in with clicks because there are Pacific Rim clicks.
Yeah.
And we have just a few of them here.
Yeah.
First thing you notice about these is they're all colossal. Second thing you notice about these is they are all beautiful.
Painted. Yes, very good paint.
Now, when I say colossals, I also want to point out they are not colossal base, but they are colossal in the
symbol.
game.
They're a colossal symbol, but they are single based. I mean, granted, I think maybe like what is it, Warbringer Hulk or something like that? What's the big Hulk?
Worldbreaker?
Worldbreaker, that's it.
Yes.
Worldbreaker. Wow. It's probably about the same size as him, in reality.
Yeah.
They're not super giant kind of things. Maybe like Kurth, or one of the new Fear Itself guys.
Yeah, one of like Scotty.
But they are colossals via their damage symbol.
Yeah, also another reason I want this to do really well, so there's more, I want this to do well so that I get a Charlie Day hero click. As a scientist, I can play every time and just quote ridiculous It's Always Sunny lines whenever I want, whenever I'm playing, and you can just take that with an order of Milksteak. And your finest jelly beans raw. Thank you. So these guys are a lot of points.
Yeah.
A lot of points, high attack values, high defense values. They're awesome.
They are incredible.
Yeah.
Do you guys see any of these making it into the competitive level, into the meta?
I think they're too expensive.
Yeah.
Even the half point? Because some of the half points seem possible.
The half points, I mean, that's a different story. You know, for 150 points, you're doing 4 or 5 damage.
Look at the half dial on Crimson Typhoon. Do we have that one here?
We do.
Look at what that starts out with for 150 points.
That is a 9 movement, 12 attack, 18 defense, 5 damage.
Yeah.
No, it's a special attack power called Riptide Punch.
Trinity Punch. No, I'm sorry, Riptide Red. Sorry.
Riptide Red?
Riptide Red.
Oh, it says HC Realms is not correct.
Well, you're on the
that's true.
thread post, not
True.
the actual unit section.
It was a lot easier because they're all there.
That's true.
I don't have to click. I'm lazy. So, Riptide Red, Crimson Typhoon can use Quake. When he does, its damage becomes 3 and is locked. So pretty good little break up those stealth teams and defense chains. And with your 12 attack, you're going to be able to do it too.
Mm-hmm.
For 5 damage.
Yeah.
Yowza.
For 150 points?
150 points.
And that gives him...
Attack never drops below a 10.
He has 5 clicks of life at that point as well.
Right.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Robot, Soldier, and Armor are generic keywords too. So
Very
we've got that. Really, a lot of these look pretty darn solid for their half dial values.
Yeah, we haven't played these yet, but we
will.
Yeah,
We're going to get some more and we will play them. We're going to do a big robot versus monster match.
Yeah.
Monster
You
match.
guys ought to see Scunner, what you get for 200 points. I mean, that guy is big too. And then I think my favorite, though, is probably Leatherback because of his defense values.
Leatherback is very impressive.
Yeah.
Now, remember, though, that's 225 points.
Sure.
You're going to be playing, if you're going to go competitive, you're going to play a resource of one sense or another.
Can I say something?
You can, I guess.
Sorry, he's a monster.
Oh
my god.
Oh.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
go ahead. You're at 225 plus the belt, probably is where you're going to go with it. So add another 14 points. He's got a 0 range, so you're going to put Pseudosaurus in there and get super strength. Because why not? At 225, you have a starting damage of 4. Add super strength, you get 5 or 6 damage. Add the plus 2s from the belt, and you're at 7.
Yeah.
With charge. Prep time to flurry. Throw a mole man on there. First turn charge flurry for 7 damage.
Although
You can carry the Mole Man too, right?
Yes.
you might want to take the Pseudosaurus off if you want to mind control him, though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Valid.
So that would still be 6
I
damage.
give him stealth, that's fine.
Yeah.
6 damage.
That's okay.
Not the Titan's team ability?
What do you think?
No.
No.
I think that was like one of the biggest fails of the utility belt so far.
I don't know. It has its uses. I mean, it's definitely
Really?
for Robin and Teen Titans. It's thematic, you know.
Yeah, I've never seen
For
that.
all the stuff that you get in the utility belt, we can have one that's not just super busted, and that's fine.
Yeah. We can have
Okay.
it. No, like,
'Cause we don't
sit
need-
there.
I mean, the utility belt is huge as is.
If I never get a Robin suit, I will be quite alright with my life.
Sure.
Yeah.
I do still need Pseudosaurus.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
It's real good.
I'm wondering if they're going to be coming out with any more bat suits or
Well, we know about the repellent.
repellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's
yeah.
probably the last one.
I mean suits though, like uniforms to go in the top.
I don't know.
I think it's over.
Yeah, I don't know what they could be.
It's kind of sad.
Nightwing,
Yeah, I don't know what else they could do.
Batgirl.
I don't know, but like, it's kind of sad.
The belt's done.
It's complete.
Yeah.
Use it, enjoy it.
They could. I mean, they could put other objects on there, and that's fine.
Put a hammer on there.
No.
Bat hammer.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
The suit of sorrows. That's not a normal run-of-the-mill, everyday somebody could think of bat suit.
No.
That's a pretty
It was
specific
specific.
one.
Yeah.
Where there's probably other pretty specific ones, like the Batman Beyond suit.
Grant Flight or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, toughness, possibly. I don't know.
Sure.
It's armor.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sure.
Sorry, back to Pacific Rim because I'm all over the place.
It's fine. So yeah, this movie, like, I wasn't super excited about it until like the day before, and I just watched some stuff on it, and I was just like getting into it. It's also worth noting that we have two team abilities here. Nothing really new being brought to the table. We got Pan Pacific Defense Corps, which is police or Hydra.
Yep.
And then we have Kaiju, which is Mystics.
Yep.
So nothing new, but still cool that they have it.
Isn't that very similar to like the Romulan symbol or some like Star Trek-y symbol? Or is that just me?
I don't know because I've literally paid no attention to those. Oh, you mean physically?
Like the actual symbol?
Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of looks like a Star Trek-y type symbol.
Yeah. I don't know, but, Google does. And, boy, you get some weird stuff if you type in Romulan
That got
into
awkward.
Google.
Are all of these indomitable?
The
ones that
the ones that I have are.
All the ones that I've seen so far are all indomitable.
Yeah, taking a look at it,
World Breakers in there too.
they are, in fact, all indomitable. Except for, there's a mini game that's being released, and they have some horde tokens or bystanders. It looks like they're all bystanders, actually.
Yeah.
You get a fighter jet, a battleship, and a military tank.
Okay, here's what I find awkward.
Yeah.
And a little odd. So the battleship has a range value.
Mm-hmm.
The tank has a range value. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm making sure I'm saying this right. Yeah, the tank has a range value of 4. The battleship has a range value of 5. The fighter jet that has running shot, penetrating psychic blast, has a range of 0.
That's got to be wrong.
That has to be wrong.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just found that very...
Yeah, that's weird.
It's got to be like 8
I would hope
or
so.
10 because it's a jet.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
a plane.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's got to be wrong. I don't know. We'll
I mean,
see
I'm
how much-
on HC Realm's unit section.
I
and
see it.
It's just
I see
not
it.
there.
There's oh wait. Well, there's a special note on that if you look there. Normally this isn't there. It says figure errata for correct range to be determined. So maybe it was
hey,
just
look there.
printed wrong,
I see.
and it will be corrected later.
That's probably it.
Until then, you just assume that it's just a boss and it has
Yeah.
like a 20 range.
15 range.
Yeah,
It's a whole lot.
it is.
It's on the new
It
world.
only does
scenes.
1 damage.
It's okay. Pick you apart for 1.
Sure. But yeah, it's solid. Battleship is pretty solid. Dolphin symbol, Quake, Invuln for 17, and Range Combat Expert for 2. Not bad.
Not bad.
Military tank, 11 energy explosion for movement, 17 defense with Invuln, and 2 enhancement.
I've got to put my chair down. Maybe
Not
because
bad.
Squeaky noises. So I've noticed also that each of the kaiju have a trait.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a trait that gives them poison, giant reach, and when they occupy water terrain, attack and damage +1. I believe that's all of them.
Yeah, it was all the ones I just looked at while you guys were talking.
fellows.
All 5 of the kaiju there. Yeah, they all have the dolphin swimmy symbol.
Here's a rules question for you.
Okay.
With poison and giant
yes.
reach.
Mm.
Is it a giant reach of poison, or is it simply just regular adjacent
Legitimate
poison?
adjacent.
Well, that is
I always get a little confused when doing giant and colossal guys. The rules on those always confuse me a bit.
Yeah, because we don't use them enough.
Right. Well, I use Spectre enough, but typically it's pretty straightforward what he does, and I'm not hiding with him too often because you don't need to. But yeah, there's some oddball kind of rulesy stuff. Rulesy. Listeners, that's a word.
I got it.
Okay.
I got something for you. At least this is my ruling in the Jared's world of HeroClix rules.
In this house.
That's right. Giant Reach states blah 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 blah. When this character is given an action that includes a close combat attack, all squares within a range of 2 in line of fire are considered adjacent. So since poison is not an attack,
only legitimate adjacency then.
If I had to hazard a guess, that's probably not just you that's ruled it that way.
well, I'm not gonna say this is factual and
Sure. We don't want to mislead the listeners.
Those are the words.
That would be bad.
Yeah, and then I believe all of the robot guys,
Robots.
the robots, nope, they don't have, I mean, they're all colossal. That's what it was.
You mean the Jaegers?
Is that what it was?
That's what they're called. They're called Jaegers because
Okay, I was thinking like Jaggers.
Jaegers?
You
You ever drank a Jagermeister?
No, actually.
Neither have I.
I was kind of thinking like Jagger, like you know the show Jag.
Sure.
It's all about like
that was a cool submarine show from the 90s.
naval law show. Thank you.
Oh, maritime law. You're a Captain Crook.
You're a crook, Captain.
Sorry, yeah.
Judge, won't you please throw the book at this pirate?
Little Arrested Development humor there.
Oh my.
That went well.
There's my reading.
Yep, it was good. You want to take a stab at Kaiju?
No, I'm going to leave it for you.
Okay.
I don't want to... I've stuck my foot in my mouth now.
So yeah, man, Pacific Rim, we don't know how it's going to shake out on the meta yet, but it could make an appearance here and there. I mean, for what you get for the points, considering especially the Kaiju with the Mystics and Colossal status. Mm-hmm. And, man, there's a lot there. Now, Colossals, this is another thing, because I don't use Colossals very much. Colossal Stamina, yeah?
Colossal Stamina.
So just keep acting, but you hurt after?
Masters of Evil team ability. After you have 2 action tokens, you can act a 3rd time. You don't give yourself an action token, but you don't clear either, and you push.
Okay.
And you can push and push and push for days and days.
Great. So Masters of Evil, they can not take any damage, right?
Well, that's a special ability from a certain clique.
They
That's Baron Zemo from Captain America.
Yeah.
There
Got
it is.
it. Because when I played against you, I was just like, this is just nuts.
This is terrible.
I was like, this is what Masters of Evil do? That's insane.
Colossal Stamina also grants free breakaway and can use targeting other characters when adjacent.
Okay.
I just dropped something, sorry. So if one of the Colossals is based, they can shoot something that's not basing them.
Okay.
It's like extra sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unless they have sharpshooter, they cannot shoot into adjacency. Say you have penetrating psychic blast, there's somebody right next to you, you can't penetrating psychic blast the person next to you, but the one 3 squares away, you can see.
Fair.
You can shoot.
That's cool.
Yeah. The other thing that gives you is great size.
Great stride, is that what it is?
No, it used to be giant stride, and now it's no longer.
Great size.
It is great size. It is improved movement, elevated, hindering, outdoor blocking, and you can move through characters, friendly or adjacent, or friendly or opposed.
Sure.
And you can't be knocked back. You can target characters on higher elevations, and line of fire cannot be blocked. You can draw a line of fire as if the character occupied the elevation equal to or greater than elevation it occupies. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Now,
you can shoot at it from whatever elevation.
Yeah.
Or you could shoot to any elevation.
I will say this. One interesting thing that I just thought about that this does bring to the meta is all these kaiju break through walls. That applies to barrier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barrier's kind of big right now due to
blocking terrain.
Ghost Rider, Scarlet Witch combos.
It's true.
So they can just get right in there and do whatever they want.
That's very true.
Yeah.
With a lot of these having charge, that messes them up.
Indeed.
If they can survive long enough to get there.
Sure. But, just kind of interesting.
Well, we're talking that leatherback combo from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That 19 defense impervious is pretty good.
Yeah, real good. He gets 20 in one click there.
Mm-hmm.
Or two clicks of 20. I don't think I've ever
I
seen
meant
that
on the half dial.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could actually play him competitively at 300 points.
Sure. Oh, I was looking at leatherback, sorry.
That I was too. The 225.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I spaced out. Don't know where it went. Different galaxy there.
Come on back.
I'm back.
Hey!
I'm back.
Alright, so that is Pacific Rim. Do we have any other... Best movie Paul's ever seen?
I mean, it's awesome. I'm going to go see it again.
I have nothing. No comments.
Jeff will see it this week.
Paint jobs look awesome on the clicks.
They look amazing. That's all I can say.
It's a fun movie. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'll see it soon.
Yeah, I'll see it.
It's cool. So, that is that. Now we have another business matter to attend to. Gencon. Jeff and I are going, along with some other folks.
We will be there.
We hope
From
to
what
see
shop?
you there. Heroic Adventures in Edwardsville, Illinois, ran by the awesome man known as Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
He's like Prince. He just has one name, because we're not going to reveal his full name here. And you should go there. It's in a fantastic comic and game store, and it's where we go, where we play, and where our heart lies.
That's true.
It does.
It does. It does. So anyway, go into Gen Con, and there has been a little bit of a dust-up here.
To say the least.
It reminds me a whole lot of the Xbox DRM issue.
Yeah.
Now, what it was there's been a change, or was announced a change, to the Gen Con Battle Royals. And the way Battle Royals work are you go into a pod of 4 people, and you pay your $12. You get one booster. And what happens is you crack the booster open, you pick out a figure, you pass it to the guy on your left or right, I don't remember which, until all the boosters are gone and you have a team assembled. So that's how it's been for forever, I think.
For quite some time. Let's put it that way.
Sure. Not since the dawn of time, but, slightly thereafter. So there was a change announced. Oh, and I'm sorry. The way this works is at the end of it, it's a free-for-all. At the end, everybody puts in all their figures, and then a certain little randomly drawn con exclusive is placed in the middle. And
then it's a snake draft.
It becomes a snake draft, which if you're unfamiliar with that, the way that works is first place gets first pick out of that big pile, then second, and third, and fourth, and back to first, and so on.
Until they're gone.
Yeah.
You just pick everything.
Until that's it. So, what people have done, and quite honestly, what I and others had planned on doing, was going in as a group of 4, paying our money, laying it down, and playing a match. Whoever wins, wins. We keep playing, we keep accumulating these figures, and it's all well and good, and you paid your money, you had your matches, and Everybody has a good time.
Had some fun.
Everybody gets what they need. Anyway, what they did was they changed it to do a Battle Royale Grande. Sounds like something you get at Taco Bell.
It does.
But what it was you paid $30 a person. You actually were guaranteed, which I didn't even know that you wouldn't be guaranteed if you wanted it, but you're guaranteed the 4 people that you want, okay? Mm-hmm. And you play, okay? And other than that, it's mostly the same, except there is a Teen Titans Super Booster that will be added to the pot as well, okay? Didn't really sit well with a lot of people.
No. The reason why they did that is because they also randomized the normal battle royales. Mm-hmm. So that even if you and your 3 other friends went into line together, they wouldn't necessarily take all 4 of you and put you in one. They put each of you at different tables, most likely.
Sure.
So each person that comes into the line was just pointed to a different table, so you all would be split up.
For the same $12.
For the same $12 as before.
Yes.
So that basically ensures that you're not ganging up on people.
Right.
That you're not trying to just go through the system, quickly get your matches done, so you can queue up again and get another con exclusive. It basically takes out the farming from the cons.
Sure.
Which I get why they want to do that, because it makes the it more about the gameplay than it does about the prizes. Because there are people who go there, rush every figure they have to the middle, roll as least amount of dice as they can, just so everything dies, so they can get their figure, get back in line. That they're not playing the game at that point.
Yeah.
They're just buying a figure at an extended time period.
Yeah.
I think what the desire is if that's what you want to do, fine, you're going to do that, but it's going to cost more to do it that way.
You're going to pay for it literally.
But the people who really want the Battle Royale, who want to randomly go into a room with 3 other people and duke it out for the prize, you'll be able to do that still.
Sure.
It really depends on the people.
It does.
I don't suspect that was our plan at all. I planned on us going there and playing legitimate matches.
Yeah, that was the idea, was just, hey, let's go play legit. But because you're playing with your buddies, you know that you're not going to lay this money down and at the end of the day walk away with nothing.
Right.
And that's the thing, because people were going in as a trio, and one random person was put with them.
Which would suck.
Which would suck because those 3 people who know each other would gang up, kill the guy who has no relation to them.
No affiliation. Yeah.
And then they just do whatever they want because, hey,
sure,
they know each other, they can pick who gets first place.
Which is pretty shady. I mean, you gotta...
It is, but that's what you gotta have to plan these games for, is shady people. Because people cheat the system, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
I'm an optimist.
So what happened was there was a lot of backlash because, like you said, part of the deal about this whole thing, the reason people were so upset, was the fact that it happened right after Gencon deadline dates that happened. Like the day after, or like
the day after the refund.
Yeah, the day after the refund.
You can still get tickets now.
Well, sure, you can.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you couldn't get your money back if you decided not to go.
Right. So yeah, there was a lot of people upset, and I mean, I don't know. I wasn't happy about it.
So.
I mean, basically, I was just going to change my plans and just play like random battle royals and hope to win. Which. Okay.
Still doable. I mean,
maybe. I mean, but still.
The only thing that made it nice is that everyone was in the same boat that way.
Sure. But anyway, what happened was they ended up reversing it and saying, okay, this year it's going to be the same as it's always been, but next year this is how it works.
Prepare for the change.
Right.
Which I don't think people have a problem with.
No. I will say I think $30 is a bit much to ask for.
Yeah.
Considering there's only one con LE that gets dropped in that pot.
That's true.
It's pretty steep.
And the Super Booster. Which at this point, how many of them are needed in circulation?
I don't know.
I mean, if they were putting in all the Super Boosters, vehicles, and Galactic Guardians, and just all of them,
Yeah, that would be different.
then that's a different story.
Yeah.
Just the Teen Titans one where people don't really... I mean, there are a lot of good ones out there that people are still looking for, but
Sure.
it's not as in demand.
Sure.
No, I'm glad it's done because that may have affected my decision to...
Go and play.
Yeah, maybe. I
Wow.
might have just said, I'll sit at home and play Marvel Heroes and forego my $70 pre-order.
Right.
I would have went for you.
Give Jared my ID.
Yeah. There you go.
I could be you.
You could.
Kinda.
Shave up a little bit.
Ooh, whoa. Shaving doesn't happen.
Shave up a little bit.
You don't get this. Shaving does not happen.
So that's pretty much what's going on. But like I said, we will be there. We will be in attendance, and we want to meet you. If you happen to know us, or I don't know, I think the plan was we are going to plan out our wardrobe so we're easily spotted, just in case.
Oh, are we?
Fans. That's what I was going to do.
Okay.
I'll probably just go with all my superhero shirts. And
I'm going to wear a shirt with Scarlet Witch on it that says, "Do you have it? I need it."
Please do.
$25.
That would be amazing. I want you to wear that.
Okay.
It's just got Scarlet Witch on. It says, "Do you have it? I need it." $25.
There are going to be people in cosplay as Scarlet Witch coming up to you, thinking you're trying to.
Solicited.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Or somebody could come up with Scarlet Witch for $25.
I don't know. She
Alright.
usually goes for 40 by herself. Like,
She does.
she's nuts, man.
You never know.
You do never know. We'll see what happens, but
I will wear that shirt if we go.
a little closer to time, we'll let you know.
That'll be my wardrobe coordination.
Do you have it? I need it.
That needs to be our first feedback damage t-shirt.
Do you have it? I need it. I like that. That's
I
good.
do as well.
Pretty good. Okay, so moving right along. We are coming to another batch of previews from Wolverine and the X-Men. Yay! Don't everybody talk.
Okay, so we're going in order from the least recent to today.
Do it.
We had Legion. Legion being the son of Xavier, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Killed Xavier and my interest in the X-Men, yeah.
A pretty straightforward dial as far as his printed dial goes. He's got one special power that gives him Mystic Steam ability for his last 2 clicks. Has a good smattering of powers around there. TK, some penetrating psychic blast, outwit, prob, all over his dial. But the thing that really makes him interesting is that he has a pretty wordy trait. Give Legion a free action and choose a standard power. Then roll a d6 that can't be re-rolled. He acquires a personality quirk, in quotations, from the table below, and uses that and the standard power until your next turn. So, if you think, having mind control on his dial this turn might be a good thing, or if you think having whatever power you want on that dial, prob, outwit, perplex, support, precision strike, almost had it.
Yep.
Sidestep, whatever. You just get to use it that turn. However, you have these personality quirks. If you roll a 1 on that d6, modify Legion's attack value by -2. If you roll a 2, it's confused. Legion modifies his speed and defense values by -1. 3 is grounded. Legion can use Earthbound neutralized, so he loses flight, and that's really it. If you roll a 4, it's enraged. Legion can use Battle Fury. With a 7 range, that's still kind of a downfall. 5, you get compassionate. Immediately heal all adjacent characters 1 click. That is, friendly or opposing. And 6 is savant. Legion modifies his combat values by +1. choose another standard power, and he can use that as well. So that's kind of awesome.
That's what you want to roll.
You want a 6. Mm-hmm. You want the 6s. So he's got Age of X, New Mutants, and X-Men as far as his keywords. He's a rare. He's 119 points. He can fly. It's kind of what he does.
And what is going on with the lack of Endom on this set? I've literally seen, I think, one Sunspot is the only one that I've seen that has Endom.
We're not there yet. Sunspot's coming.
Just saying.
Okay.
That's a valid point.
I mean,
it is valid.
Where is
the
Endom?
Some of these dials are pretty wild, though. Not wild dials, but just like what they can do is pretty powerful. So it's kind of nice for me to go, oh, okay, well, at least they can't. There's some penalty that will be incurred. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with it. I don't know. That's just me.
And if you notice from GSX, there were very few characters with Endom then as well. X-Men is not a very Endom or willpower-y team, I guess. Any other thoughts on Legion?
Nice haircut.
Put on a shirt, maybe?
No thoughts.
No? Okay.
None.
Reminds me of Kid and Play.
Too hype.
So we got the New Mutants team dial dropped. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Improved movement hindering trait that says when New Mutants KO an opposing character with an attack, give each opposing character an action token. That's kind of nice.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Another trait, self-sacrifice for my friends. When a character that began the game attached to New Mutants would be KO'd, you may remove a character from this team base and remove it from the game. Turn the damaged character to his last non-KO click and heal it of 2 damage instead. So, that's pretty good.
That's very good.
I would have to look at all the dials to really see what's worth it with that. Does somebody have a really great third from last click? But the part that I think is pretty cool, the Embarrass the Hellions trait, the first trait that gives opposing characters an action token if you KO a character, is the fact that you can play this team for 200 points, 150 points, or 100 points. Now at 100 points, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
you still have a 10 attack, 3 damage. Penetrating Psychic Blast, running shot. I mean, you have a decent capacity to kill things and do action tokens to everybody on the opposing team. Put that up with, Professor Xavier from the GSX set, a couple other pieces. Could be pretty potent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's Endom on the team base. We got Endom on the team base. Smattering of powers. They're just all over the place. As far as the asset dial goes, Cannonball gives them improved movement, destroys blocking terrain. Magic gives them probability control. Magma can give them poison. Mirage can give them stealth, and they can use Smoke Cloud as a free action. Sunspot gives them energy explosion. Warlock gives them Perplex, and Wolfsbane gives them Blades, Claws, Fangs. See, now here's an example to you, Mitch, of where the choosing Team Prob on your team base is better than choosing Prob on instead.
Right.
Because that basically takes Team Prob away from your entire team if you choose Prob on your team dial.
Sure.
So say you have your team dial at 100 points, and you're playing a 600-point game.
Sure.
You have quite a few probs that can be used quite a few places. Whereas the team dial, you can keep it on Magic and have her have prob by itself as well as your team probs.
Yeah.
So, that could be worth it.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And these New Mutants, how long is this comic?
Since
I don't know any of these figures.
80s, probably.
Really?
I guess.
Yeah, I'm definitely not familiar. Magic, I think, is the only one
Magic.
that I've seen.
Wolfsbane was actually in X-Force?
Yeah. Web of Spider-Man, maybe?
Yes. Was it? I always get X-Factor and X-Force confused.
Yeah, X-Force.
Okay, sure X-Force. The one with all the stealthy characters.
Yeah.
It was from Web of Spider-Man, which I think that one's better in my opinion, but we'll get to that one. Magma hasn't been... Cannonball was in GSX as a Hellion in the New Mutant. I don't think Sunspot was. Magma wasn't.
No, I only
Warlock wasn't. But a new Archer for my Archer team.
Yeah. By the way, did you guys hear there's going to be a X-Force movie?
Really?
I heard rumored. Is that
no,
confirmed
it's
yet?
going to happen. Yeah.
Really?
Do we have any kind of information on
lineup
at all?
Just the '90s X-Force.
Who was
Rob Liefeld design?
So
Cable,
the giant Cable. The Cable.
Yeah. If I remember right, it was X-Force was Cable, Domino, that Juggalo chick, Warpath, Wolfsbane,
Wolverine.
Wolverine was not
in the new X-Men movie.
You're talking the
no.
Which new X-Men movie?
You're talking original X-Force?
I'm talking the original X-Force.
Deadpool? Or no?
No, Deadpool's later.
It was Cable, Wolfsbane, Warpath, Cannonball, Shatterstar, and I don't know who the pink chick was.
Are you sure that's not Wolfsbane? Oh, the other
there's
pink
two.
chick. They're both wearing pink, man.
Well, this is way more pink than... She's more golden brown, like you would a s'mores. It's the color of the wool.
Colors. You and your colors.
My eyes do not deceive.
Wow. Anyway, you were saying Warpath was in which movie?
There's no feet.
He's been announced for the next X-Men movie.
Oh, the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
comes out next summer.
He was in one.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now I don't know what lineup. I mean, I'm sure you're going to see Cable.
Is he going to have such a big chest as the original run?
No, that was Captain America.
I thought they both had it.
Well, if you look at this picture of Cable,
he is
It's not exactly proportional to how the human body looks.
No.
Yeah.
His shoulders engulf his head.
Yeah.
Those aren't even shoulder pads.
No.
It's just shoulder. That's a whole lot.
Rob Liefeld.
And no feet.
Here's my question. I wonder if
well-placed smoke.
No.
he will be in it.
Phantom
X?
From what I heard, it's the original X Factor.
This is a more recent.
Yeah, that was
X-Factor.
awesome.
Phantom X is going to be in Wolverine and the X-Men set.
I'm very excited.
The rest of those were in Wolverine was Web of Spider-Man, Archangel, Deadpool, and Psylocke were Ellie's from GSX.
All X-Force.
I was reading
X-Force,
Phantom X is now like 3 people.
Phantom X is a weird thing.
Yeah, well, it's X-Men.
That's true.
Yeah. Yes, you believe.
All right.
Crazy
Yeah.
Any more things with the team base? It's a team base.
Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I do hear Ryan Reynolds will be in as Deadpool
And what?
in the X-Force movie.
Oh,
Probably
so
the
Deadpool
villain.
will be in it.
Yeah.
Will we?
Okay.
Yes.
Didn't you ask that already?
If Deadpool's going to be in?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
And
And
he
you
got
said
shot down.
And you said no.
Well, I was thinking on the team. Sorry,
Okay.
because he wasn't a good guy.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
He was a very generic assassin when he first showed up.
Just a quick derailment. When did Wolverine and Deadpool join the X-Force?
That was only a couple years ago. Just
Oh.
like a couple. The X-Force that I'm talking about is like mid-90s. Or
Okay.
no, early 90s, sorry. Which they were... I think they were the New Mutants for a while, too. Like, they became the New Mutants, and then they spun off into their own book. I believe. I could be wrong. But yeah. Yes, no, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, formed New Mutants, became X-Force. Yeah. In April of 1991.
Wow, that is early.
That is. Good call.
It's a while back.
It's when I read all the X books, man. So there you go. There it is.
Another team base that If I will just sell.
Straight to eBay.
Because I do not like team bases. Not a fan.
These seem different, though, I gotta say.
These are a lot more encouraging the solo adventures.
Yeah, solo adventure.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than the Justice League. Hey, keep everybody on the base, and then you can't lose anymore.
Yeah.
It makes great. It's because that's Justice League. Yeah, win.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next preview here. The actual characters on said team base. Start off with Mirage. She is the common, number 4 of the set. 75 points, 7 range. Sporting a sweet bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Has, psychic-y power look going on. She has some in-cap, mind control, probability control. Starts off with some willpower, goes to toughness. Has a special damage power at the beginning that says, Fearful Illusions. Mirage can use shape change. Awesome. When she does, and the result is 3 or 4, modify her defense value by +1 for the attack. Makes her a little harder to hit. Extra little bonus for your crappily rolling dice. And her end dial, she gets a movement power that gives her charge and flight. When she has that, she also has blades. That's when toughness comes in her dial, too, with prob. So that's kind of awesome. Charge, flight, blades, prob.
Yeah. That's a real good switch.
Not bad.
That'll be potent.
And that is a smorgasbord of keywords.
That is a whole lot.
Asgardian, Hellions, Initiative, New Mutants, S.H.I.E.L.D., X-Force, X-Men. I mean, that's everything.
She can go on a lot of different teams, and for 75 points, she's not going to be too bad either.
She's the Nightwing of the X universe. Or the Marvel universe, I should just say.
The X universe.
Yeah.
Asgardian, you got the Thor people.
Yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.D. And
Cool.
She's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nifty.
At least her digital sculpt looks pretty
Now,
interesting.
is she on the team base?
She is not one of the actual
she's not.
team-based figures.
Nope. Number 4.
It's not the ones that come in the box.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
She's a common in the set.
I'm disappointed about that.
Why?
Well, not her. I'm saying a few of the figures that come on the team bases.
On this team base?
No, on
Just team bases in general.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, on this team...
No.
Wow.
No.
The uncommon... It's kind of been a trend that there's a common, uncommon, rare, and then the team-based figures, too. That's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
And super rare, sorry. Sunspot is the uncommon, number 18 of the set. There's your Indom guy. He's 76 points. Fallen Angels, Hellfire Club, New Mutants, X-Corps, X-Force, X-Men. Charge, Super Strength, Toughness for the first opening clicks. 10 attack, 3 damage, not so bad.
Now that's interesting. I don't think you've seen that for a while. A energy explosion? No, pulse wave, I'm sorry. 0 range. Running shot, pulse wave.
Running shot, pulse wave.
0
But
range.
when he does get that, he also gets a damage power that says he can use flight and a range value of 6.
There it is.
As secondary mutation, what that is called. So you get flying,
cool.
running shot, pulse wave with the 6 range, and close combat reflexes, then energy shield after that. So he's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
None of these so far have had the X-Men team ability, which, I mean, they have the X-Men keyword, but still, I kind of figured some of them would.
Yeah, it was weird.
Anything else? Alright, moving right along. We have Magic.
Their big flaming sword.
Big sword of blue. The Soul Sword, as the attack power says.
Colossus's sister.
Colossus's sister, yes.
Really?
Ileana Rasputin. Rasputin?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
does that mean she's a wizard?
Yes, clearly.
Okay.
She's Russian.
So she has
She's responsible for the legacy virus, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. She's also one of the Phoenix 5.
Yes.
So we will be seeing a chase version of her as well at some point. She has 102 points. She has the mystical team ability. She has a trait that says magic can use phasing teleport, and the carry ability. She may carry up to 2 characters if both have the New Mutants keyword, regardless of their combat symbols. So, anybody who's, Colossal or
Carry a Giant.
Or Duo Fig or whatever. Well, Duos, I don't remember.
I don't think that matter.
Well,
I don't remember.
To be carried?
Yeah.
If they're not, if they're a single base, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's anything beyond
Peanut base or bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Giant or Colossals could not be carried, and neither could Flyers, right?
Right.
So now she could do that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. At the beginning of her dial, she has a movement power. Give Magic a free action and double her speed value. If you do, at the end of the turn, deal 1 unavoidable damage to her or to one of the characters she's carried this turn. She opens up with a 9 speed. That gives her an 18 speed for that carry. Well, 18 speed minus the 2 for the carry. So
only
you're
16. Wow.
Oh, shucks, 16. That's so busted. Yeah, that's a long way. She's got prob for most of her dial. She ends up getting an ability called Soul Sword. Magic can use Blaze Claw's Fangs and exploit weakness. When she makes a close combat attack, she ignores the Mystic's team ability.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
Combine that with the charge on her dial, and she gets pretty potent.
Mm-hmm.
Then she kind of gets worse at the end. She gains Battle Fury and becomes a really mediocre character at that point. The 11 attack is nice, but
yeah,
probably her best point right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Charge Blaze exploit with prob, that's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Ignores Mystics, which very, very situational, but there are times where that is going to be just a necessary thing.
And she has it herself.
And she does.
Yep, cool.
Alright. Moving on again. Now we have the super rare of the team base. It is Warlock. Warlock is 164 points, so a little more expensive. Has a trait that's called Self or Self-Friends. I don't get that. It's probably a reference to the comic or something. Warlock can use Perplex. If he uses it to target a friendly character with the New Mutants keyword, modify any combat except for any combat value except damage by +2. So there's your +2 Perplex.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. He's a great option for the solo adventure at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He has a second trait called Dune Buggy. Once per game, give Warlock free action. For the rest of the game, Warlock has the vehicle symbol and becomes an autopiloted vehicle with 4 passengers. His speed value is modified by +3, and he can use the ram ability. Then it describes the ram ability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can only do that once per game, though.
But for the rest of the game, he is a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and that doesn't necessarily change what the rest of his dial. It's just he also becomes a vehicle, which I guess that means he can't use resource. No, he can use resources still.
But the gauntlet on the bug before.
It does become an autopilot vehicle, though. So if you're doing any attacks, you're going to take damage.
Oh, that's right. Okay. There's the reason why you don't want to do it then. Or not all the time.
Yeah, make it worth it.
He does start out with shape change and an attack power that says, at the beginning of your turn, choose a standard attack power. Warlock can use that power this turn. Again, another run where you can just choose a power and do what you will. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's an attack power, so you have your
Precision
strike again. That's always a
just go slow and it'll be fine.
That's right. Just gonna sound it out. We're good. All right. Any other comments, questions, thoughts, reactions? He's real weird looking.
Yeah, he was a weird character too.
Like, I don't know what's going on. And he's got like an extra little head out of his shoulder. That's weird. What is that?
It's it's like a dual head.
Dual head thing. Down here. There you go. Or is it like a speaker? He's got a ray gun off one side.
And is that his eyeballs poking out?
There's one big
That's
eyeball.
creepy.
I think he's winking at you. Maybe.
Creepy.
Yeah, and he's using the same rock that they've used for a whole lot of clicks.
Yeah.
Like the Fantastic Four Spider-Man, or the Future Foundation, there it is. The other double F words.
Yes.
You know what I meant.
Yep.
You know what I meant.
Same rock as Doom.
Same rock as Doom.
Scotty, probably.
Pretty much all of them. Alright, now we're coming to the clicks that come on the team base. Excuse me. First is Cannonball. He is an Avenger, New Mutants, and X-Force keywords. Has improved movement, breaks blocking terrain. He's a flyer. He's got a little bit of range. He's got a 3 range. He's got a full dial of charge. Starts with a special defense power. Says Cannonball can use toughness. If Cannonball has less than 2 action tokens, Cannonball and all adjacent friendly characters can use energy shield deflection. So as long as you don't push him, you're getting energy shield. That's kind of nice. Mm-hmm. He also has a damage power that he starts with. When Cannonball moves at least 3 squares in a direct path due to his own action, he can use Impervious and modifies his damage value by +1 until the end of your turn. Until your next turn, sorry. So that is one of the things that they changed in the rulebook. In a direct path means a straight vertical, horizontal, or diagonal line. So you can't like do 3 squares up and 1 over or anything like that. But it's kind of...
And you can't back up either.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, you can't back up 1 and then move forward? Yeah. So you can't shuffle back and forth a little bit. No, it has to be a continuous straight line.
Yeah.
But then that gives him, on a starting click at least, gives him 4 damage and Impervious. That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
He's cool.
The New Mutants are less than exciting, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know the figures. Just not familiar with them.
all right, then let's move right along. Wolfsbane, like we said, this one was last debuting in the Web of Spider-Man set. Animal, Excalibur, New Mutants, X-Factor, X-Force. So she did have both of them. She looks a lot more wolfy in this one than she did in the other one. It looks like she's right in the middle of a transformation between human and wolf form.
Yeah. Wolf boobies.
Wolf boobies. She has a activation click. Back to the good old activation clicks.
Not as bad now because of the utility belt. I mean, if you're going to throw a utility belt or a gauntlet.
Yeah. Double power action.
Sure.
Get rid of that real quick.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Not the gauntlet.
Sorry.
So, I mean, that is a good thing. You can get past that, but if you bring her off the team base, you're not going to assign it to her.
Right.
So, but she has shape change, give a little bit of defense, I guess you could call it. Once you get her past the activation click, she has an attack or a movement power that says she can use Charge Flurry, which is pretty sweet. And she has a defensive power where she can use Super Senses and Toughness. Also having Blaze Claw's Fangs because, she's a wolf. And then Battle Fury for the entire dial as well. So she keeps her damage power, or her defense power of Super Senses Toughness for her entire dial, except for the last click where she gets regeneration. Kind of a neat figure.
I mean, Charge Flurry Blades for 63 points is pretty solid.
11 attack,
11
too.
attack. Yeah, I mean, she's good for the point value for sure.
See, I'm not as much of a fan as her as I was of the last one. I am pulling it up because I didn't pull it up on the earlier part of the show.
Shame on you.
Shame on me.
Goodness.
What set was she from?
It was from the Web of Spider-Man set. It was the X-Factor look to her. She fit along with the Ellies from GSX and some of the other figures from Web of Spider-Man, like Warpath X-23 and Wolverine. She had traded combat reflexes and traded super senses. So she always had a rather high defense. Yeah. The shape change starting out.
Mm-hmm. That's hard to hit.
With stealth at the beginning there, you had to get to her, and you had 2 defensive rolls for shape change and super senses, and you had to hit a 19.
Yeah.
So, pretty beastly.
Yeah, pretty solid.
And the X-Men team ability. Where this one does not. Sad day. Sad day. Yeah, that's the only way I know Wolfsbane is that X-Factor one.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There that one is. Moving on to the final one that is attached to the team base. Magma. The only way I know Magma is she was the character that you started out as on one of the X-Men Legends games.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
You didn't really see much of her except for she threw fire. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was pretty much it. So that was the only way I knew who she was. Only has the New Mutants keyword. Has half dial of sidestep. Then goes to some plasticity. Has an attack power that says Magma can use poison and quake and deals penetrating damage when using them. So penetrating poison, penetrating quake. Not bad. Not bad. Also has toughness and a damage power that says Magma and adjacent friendly characters ignore 1 penetrating damage dealt to them each turn. So you have something like that. The fighter jet Pog that can do 1 penetrating damage, you ignore it. Or if somebody comes and hits you with, exploit weakness for 5 damage, well, you ignore one of those. Which
pretty cool
is pretty
power.
Awesome.
Yeah, penetrating quake. I mean, that's a first.
Penetrating quake. I have not seen a lot of that. No.
That's good.
She would be another one like Warlock that would be actually good as a solo adventure, because you would be able to put her, next to the team base, and the team base, which would be the big threat, ignores
at least
the penetrating
1
damage.
Yeah, 1 penetrating.
And then you have Warlock, who's popped off with a +2 perplex.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
And there's your New Mutants.
There's the New Mutants. That's the whole shebang of them. They are, in my opinion, pretty underwhelming. I mean, there's a couple cool pieces that you could use, but all in all, just not something I'm really looking for. I retract my statement from a previous episode where I said I want pretty much the entire set. And it's most of the set now. Maybe not all the set, but most of the set.
Sure.
Well, most of these are on the team base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, even some of them that aren't.
Yeah.
And then the last preview that we have since we've recorded is Cyber. Cyber is number 15, a common. He has the detective and the weapon X keywords. I have no idea who this is.
I've seen him before. He's a pretty generic villain.
Silas Burr is his real name. Significant appearance was Marvel Comics Presents, number 85, in 91. So back in the same day as the X-Force original series.
Yeah.
He's got charge blades with a defensive power that says Cyber can use invulnerability. If he would take more than 2 damage from a single attack, he takes 2 damage instead.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
power.
good.
That's pretty cool,
You
yeah.
hit him for 7. Guess what? I'll take 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll pretty much prevent you from hitting him for 7.
Yeah.
You're gonna go hit somebody else.
Similar to the Blue Beetle's power.
Yeah.
Or you wanna?
The bug?
No, the Scarab.
Oh, that Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Where you wanna?
The other Blue Beetle.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He eventually drops to a different attack power.
He's a detective.
He's a detective. he goes from having blades to having a special power that says he can use blades. But if he rolls a 5 or 6 for it, instead deals 2 damage. Characters hit by blades
4 damage.
I'm sorry, 4 damage. That was really bad. So if you roll a 5 or 6, it does 4 damage. Thanks for the catch. Characters hit with blades modify their attack value by -2 for their turn. So that's kind of nice. You take away 3 damage,
that's
but
pretty cool.
You do have a -2 attack for the rest of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like it.
He's cool.
Pretty cool. Yep.
124 points. Makes him kind of expensive to run that, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah, with few keywords, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I don't see him seeing a lot of theme team play.
No.
I mean, as far as detective goes, there's a whole lot of options you can use.
He would be pretty crippled with some outwit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so would most of this set so far.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, his defense numbers are not very high.
Oh, no, not at all.
So if you outwit and then you hit him for 4, well, he's on the second to last click.
Yeah. He's about done.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I think we have one more preview since we last.
I apologize.
Lady Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike.
Yes. The gravity feed.
The gravity feed one, huh?
Lady Deathstrike.
Damn mouse. Being
Lady
dumb.
Deathstrike. Primarily a Wolverine villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, there we go. Why don't you talk about her?
Go ahead, Jeff.
You want to talk about her?
Sure.
Talk about her.
Talk about
Well-
the lady. Once, twice, 3 times a lady.
As soon as I saw her, I believe she became my number 1 want from the set. She has some improved movement, ignores elevated, hindering, and characters, and has a trait that she can use blades and can't be targeted by incap and mind control. So
That's pretty awesome.
very helpful. She
Brother Voodoo, eat your heart out.
couple clicks in, she gets a special power that says she can use Flurry, and when she does, before making the second attack, she may use Sidestep as a free action.
That's kind of awesome. That's
So-
click 2.
Yes. And also she has her special blades power on that says, if the result of her d6 roll is lower than her printed damage value, hit characters are dealt 1 penetrating damage after actions resolve.
That is amazing.
So, pretty awesome.
Yeah, you're rolling blades every time.
I was asking, I think, everyone before the show who she is, because I have no clue who she is except for Marvel Heroes now.
Okay.
But this style sums up everything I know about her from Marvel Heroes.
And oh yeah, she's Thunderbolts.
And, yeah.
Oh,
besides that,
man.
Besides
Guess who's
that.
getting a gravity feed now?
I'm a little,
What, Mitchell? What?
Oh, go ahead.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's in the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the Thunderbolts. You
Oh,
love
that's
that.
it's a Thunderbolts.
It exists.
I'm a little curious about her regen placements.
There's some strange ones in there.
Regen on the second click, I mean, unless you're getting hit by poison, nobody these days is probably only hitting you for 1 damage.
There's some here and there. But, wow.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
odd.
I mean,
That's
I
strange.
guess maybe it's placed so if you regen Blade Dial, you'd be able to regen up there again. But she's pretty tough.
There's your Indom, too.
Yes. Starts out with a little shape change as well.
It's
I
pretty
like
nice.
Yeah, you want
I
to
like
keep her. You want to keep her on the first click for the defense. You need that shape change.
That sidestep flurry is not so bad either.
Yeah, that's...
I'm just worried about the defense.
Yeah.
You shoot her. Yeah, you shoot her, she's done for. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then there's the, I don't think we ever talked about the regular set one.
No,
Comparatively not as good. Brotherhood of Mutants, Martial Artists, Reavers, and Robot. Improved movement, hindering. Finger Slash. She can use blades, give her a close combat action, and target every adjacent opposing character. If she hits, she must use Blades, Claws, Fangs. Divides the damage dealt among the hit targets and then increases the damage dealt to each target by 1.
It's not a bad power either.
That's not a bad power either. No,
40 points
right.
cheaper, so...
It's a bunch, but there's no thunderbolts on that.
No, I think that
makes me like it a whole
drop
lot
the
less.
cost up.
Mm-hmm.
Same amount of clicks, but I mean the gravity feed one is just amazing.
That is pretty impressive.
Precision strike is a close combat.
It is a
Attack.
no action.
It's attack.
It's just triggered.
It
Oh,
is
it's triggered like
it is
energy
like-
explosion.
Like a passive.
energy explosion or Blades Claws Fangs
Okay.
or Steel Energy.
Just a
Precision
passive
strike
ability.
says that any time you make an attack, ranged or close, you ignore super senses, you ignore
Shape change?
no,
No.
you ignore mastermind,
Mastermind.
and you always deal. It cannot be reduced below 1. To always deal at least that 1 damage.
That's cool when combined with exploit.
Yeah.
You're doing 1 penetrating for sure,
Mm-hmm.
at least.
Yeah. Oh
Which
yeah.
is cool.
That says when the character makes an attack, it can't be evaded. Shape
Evaded.
change isn't evading.
Shape
It's
change is
just-
not evade.
it's
You cannot
ignore.
target them.
Yes.
It is
That's right.
technically done before the attack
Before the
is
attack.
made.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, it's all about wording. Words, words, words.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
That's the previews.
That's it.
We have one last thing to talk about, right? Little thing that's on the table here. Why don't you take it out, Paul?
What do you got?
Why don't you tell us what it is, Paul?
Well, what we have here is going to be added to my archer team.
Oh man.
The Holiday Elf Assassin. Triple target, 7 range. Running shot with a special attack power called both Naughty and Nice. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 on a result of 1 through 3. Holiday Elf can use Incap and Support. On a result of 4 through 6, he can use Penetrating Blast. That is pretty cool.
That is a pretty nice power.
Whatever you need.
And the ignores characters for movement
Yes.
and for targeting. It is the first improved targeting symbol that we have seen printed on a card.
I believe so. And he's a sharpshooter, so he's ignoring everything. He can shoot any person within his range anywhere he wants. And he is a wild card, so we give him Avengers Initiative, and he can officially shoot anywhere he wants to.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty crazy.
he's pretty fun.
And that's what the Snowfall TA is. Right?
Yes, the Snowfall team ability.
Snowflake.
Yep.
Snowflake symbol.
He also brings a new keyword to the mix.
Santa's Workshop. I honestly don't think we'll see much more
not
in
too
the
much.
Santa's Workshop keyword.
I don't think so, unless we get a Chase Santa for Christmas.
Mrs. Claus.
Lady
No.
Strike?
No, the other. Santa
What kind of...
Claus.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Claus.
I don't know what you're going with.
Santa Claus.
Well, yeah. But...
Mrs. Claus, his wife.
Well, yeah, I get that. I thought you were actually trying to say
He thinks you're...
it could be...
There's no pun there.
Okay,
There's
I
no-
thought there was a
That's
pun. I'm like,
straightforward Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah.
where's the pun? I don't get
He
it.
just opens the door for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Or Rangers.
Pun! There it was!
That was not a pun. That was just a slip of the tongue. Anyway.
Yeah, he has a cool damage power as well called Mistletoe. At the beginning of your turn, give him a free action, choose an opposing character and another friendly character that are both within line of fire and adjacent to each other. Until the beginning of your next turn, those characters cannot attack or deal damage to each other. So, very situational. In case I have a friend of mine who's tied up at the moment and is about to get stomped.
Pretty cool.
I can point at both of them and say, stop fighting.
A little bit better version of Amorous Truce from
Yes.
Star Sapphire.
Yes.
Star Sapphire is the same thing, but you have to choose it at the beginning of the game. You have to choose the characters that cannot attack each other.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
And his real name is Tom 10.
What?
Tom 10?
Tom 10.
Let me see that.
Tomton.
Oh, no, Tomton.
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 It's one word?
Yes.
It's one word.
Good old Tomton.
His
Tomton.
first documented sighting was in Concord, Massachusetts in 1850.
Wow.
History lesson.
I don't recall seeing it in
The
history
Holiday
books.
Elf Assassin? I do not recall seeing it.
Yeah.
He
So,
was
he's fun.
on the Mayflower. It's probably not the same time frame.
Probably
I
not.
Not at all, man.
I didn't remember what you
About
actually said.
1850.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Just a little bit after.
There's only
I stopped listening when you started talking about history.
Decades away.
I have one problem with this figure. On the box, clearly shows a candy cane striped arrow, and it is not on the figure. Where,
Send
kids?
it back.
Where is my candy cane striped arrow?
If you are so distraught about that, I will trade you for this World Breaker Hulk. That is in my hand.
Does show that in multiple pictures.
I can
dare
paint
they.
it for you as well.
All the budget went into the Pacific Rim,
It is
That's
not
very
there.
true.
which I for one am fine with, because these things look sick, and I can't wait to get them.
Yeah, we need to play it. We need to
Yeah.
start that game. We need
Yeah.
to figure out when to play that.
I am down with that. So I think that is pretty much going to do it for us tonight. And yeah,
That's good.
Anybody,
Yeah, that's good.
anybody want to say anything? A little something for the people?
Next time will be before Gencon or after Gencon?
Right before.
Before. I will be before.
We will be right before. I will let you know what I'm going to be dressed like, so you can find me and hopefully do it in a pleasant manner that doesn't disturb me.
Yes.
Go and hug him. Just
And
come up and do a from behind hug. It'll be good.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Also, a bit of a show note. We should have, either by the time this comes up, an actual website.
Yeah.
We've been promoting it for a while. There's not much there right now, but by the time, hopefully, knock on some wood, just not right here around this table because you mess with the mic. Hopefully it'll be up. Hopefully it'll be ready for you to check out. We've got our finest man on the job making it right now. We're pretty excited about it. It looks pretty cool. So we think you will like it.
And keep your eyes peeled for Jeff's t-shirt at Gencon.
Yes.
Yes.
Which says...
Bring me all your Scarlet Witches for $25.
That's not what
That's
it
not
says.
what it
that's,
It says,
that's,
do you have it?
that's my day
I
2
need
shirt.
it.
My day 2 shirt.
Oh, okay.
Day 1 shirt. Do you have it? Picture of Scarlet Witch. I need it.
Are you really going to make this?
Maybe.
Yeah,
You need
sure.
to make it. If you want to donate money to have this shirt made, you can contact us at
show@feedbackdamage.com.
or
you can find us on Facebook. We're on Facebook. Are you? If so, check us out at facebook.com/feedbackdamage. Are you on the Twitter? Do you like to tweet? Are you like a bird? Find us at
Tweet, tweet.
feedbackdamage. Tweet, tweet. Our primary source of talking to you, and probably the way you're listening to this right now, is on YouTube. So youtube.com/feedbackdamageshow. And coming soon, real soon, on the web at feedbackdamage.com.
yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
You know it.
there you have it.
All right. We will talk to you later. Have a great week, and get hyped for SDCC. Woo!